Greetings, family. Peace, love, and positive thinking. This is Guru. Thanks for visiting my channel. This vlog is about the police technology that's intensifying racial discrimination. Big Brother is at it again with new advanced surveillance technology. Let's get to the story. Well, advanced surveillance technology is already intensifying racial discrimination at police departments in the United States, and there's a good chance it's going to get worse. Police departments across the country target communities of color with racially biased policing strategies. This is a fact well documented by plenty of extensive reviews conducted by the Department of Justice that have unearthed a tremendous number of civil rights violations committed by officers against minority residents. What's less understood is how surveillance technologies employed by the police intensify the racially discriminatory strategies that already exist. Police use of captured cell phone data, social media monitoring tools, and facial recognition technology has already been called racially biased, and these technologies aren't likely to disappear from the departments. One of the starkest examples of police using technology to compound racially biased policing comes out of Baltimore. Perhaps that's no surprise. The Department of Justice established an eye-popping report on the Baltimore Police Department in August, finding that seemingly everything the department did was tinged with racist policing. This includes the department's use of cell site simulators. What are cell site simulators? Cell site simulators, which are commonly known as stingrays, act as cell phone towers wherever they're deployed, so cell phones connect to them. Police can then capture data from cell phones and track their whereabouts. Do you hear this, family? Understand this. This is technology that's now being employed, especially in communities of color. So that means black communities, Latino, Hispanic, Mexican communities, Asian communities, I would not doubt as well, Indian communities, especially Muslims, and so on and so forth. So just know this. Civil rights groups filed a formal complaint with the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, in August, alleging that the Baltimore police blanket predominantly black parts of the city with stingrays more than other areas. We are not surprised. The black folks are not surprised. Quote, Baltimore Police Department operates cellular transceivers without proper authorization, causes willful interference with the cellular network, disrupts emergency calling services, and inhibits the availability of the cellular network on a racially discriminatory basis, unquote. The groups Center for Media Justice, Color of Change, and the Open Technology Institute at New America wrote in the complaint. Stingrays snap up cell phone data, but they also disrupt cell service. When they're heavily deployed in one area, they're likely to cause service outages on a much more regular basis than is normal. Police in Baltimore and other cities around the United States also use social media surveillance programs to monitor activists and protests, and the American Civil Liberties Union is concerned these programs are marketed to police departments in a way that hints at racial discrimination. One such program the American Civil Liberties Union found troubling is Geophidia. Now, Geophidia has been contacted for comment. Quote, our records show that Geophidia's marketing materials, for instance, refer to unions and activist groups as overt threats, and suggest the product can be used in ways that target activists of color. Nicole Ozer, the Technology and Civil Liberties Policy Director at American Civil Liberties Union of Northern California, wrote on its website, one email from the company invited an officer to learn how Baltimore police used geophilia to, quote, stay one step ahead of the rioters, unquote, after protests against police brutality erupted in predominantly black neighborhoods there in late April 2015. So you see, family, the police are already using technology to not only target us, but to keep track on our very and every move. Just understand that. So, as a matter of fact, a side note, this reminds me of some of these black affluent people, and I'm not gonna just boil this down to rappers and stuff, because I think it's rappers, it's some of the ballers, the ball players and whatnot, who get on social media flashing their money, flashing guns, and or smacking somebody up, on video, being dumb. I mean, family, we got to be way smarter than this, and I know most of you know that, so I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ones who don't know that. I hope you get that, family. But anyways, I don't want to digress too far, so let's get back to this. And by the way, in this picture here, this picture was taken in January 15, 2014. The photo is of a Los Angeles police officer who wears an on-body camera during a demonstration in LA. Now, family, we already know that these officers, they have done everything to get around the body cameras. They cover them up. They say that they don't work right. They say that, oh, they fell off of me, and all kinds of sorts of ridiculous excuses. So, family, we already know that the police, these race soldiers, we'll call them race soldiers because they cannot be referred to as the police when they are targeting people of color. You can't just do that and then think that you're a police officer. You're not. You're a race soldier. So these race soldiers, or whatever you want to call them, with these scraps of metal that they wear, they cover these body cameras, so they skirt around the law. They want everyone else to obey the law, but they skirt around the law. The worst part of it is when we find these things out, and I'm gonna have to just give this point to someone else, because I heard this somewhere else today, and I thought it was a good point, is that these police officers, when they're found to be doing crooked things, like covering their body cameras or throwing them off of them and saying that they didn't work, or whatever the case is, and in the cases of their cars, doing funny things with the dash cams, when they're caught like that, the police departments should fire them immediately. They're not upholding the law the way it's prescribed, and if police officers can't do that, then how can you expect other people to do that? Come on, you're saying do as I say, not as I do. In other words, and I'm sorry, but you race soldiers, we're seeing exactly what you're doing, and you just can't keep doing that and then not have accountability. And that's what the whole Black Lives Matter thing is about too. And people don't want to face that reality. You want to call them terrorists and this and that and the other, because you want to skirt around the actual argument. You want to skirt around the actual debate. And that's not happening. Not here on my watch anyway. So back to the point is, yet perhaps the most disturbing form of technology-enhanced racial bias in policing stems from a technology that is spreading to departments around the country. Facial recognition, according to experts, is likely to be a staple of policing in the near future. Many departments already use it. This is a potential civil rights issue for just about everyone, but it's a potentially massive issue for Black people living in America. Black people are already disproportionately targeted. Everyone knows that. We all know that, by police surveillance. meaning their identities are more likely to be cataloged in police databases than any other group of people. Once their identities are on file, they can be called up in database searches for crime suspects. Facial recognition technology can intensify the program because it's proven to be less accurate at identifying black people than white people or members of other races, according to Claire Garvey, who spoke with Mashable and is researching facial recognition technology at Georgetown University's Center on Privacy and Technology. This can result in misidentification. Once facial recognition has misidentified a black person, it has a disproportionately large pool of innocent black people from which it can pull a suspect. All these technologies already in use across the United States are often used with minimum public oversight. Minimum public oversight. Many departments, in fact, use them without informing the public. Once again, doing things that they're not supposed to do according to the law, but they, of course, because they consider themselves the law, they do what they want. And anyways, family, this vlog here was mainly to point out and show you the technology that the police departments are now using, they have been using, they are using, and they will be using in the future. We should be cautious. Family is something that I think we should be paying attention to and follow. The fact that they do target us disproportionately and then using technology to do it is a major problem. Because once again, it's just showing how they're trying to cage us more than fix the problems. They would rather cage us. And so with that, family, I'm going to end this vlog off by saying this. I saw a vlog this morning. It was posted by a vlogger named John Horse, I believe. And I thank that person because I've never seen that clip, and I thought it was really informative, highly educational, and learning point for just about every American in the United States, and as a matter of fact, in the world. It's so poignant, and this is the clip. It's the clip where this white woman stands up and in an audience full of white people, okay? And there could have been other people too, other people of color in there too. I just didn't see them. I saw mostly white people. And she asked the audience, who in this audience would like to change places and become black, and how would you like to be treated that way? And I'm paraphrasing it because I don't have the video in front of me at the moment. So, but nonetheless, not one person stood up. And she said, wait a minute, you're not getting the question. And she asked the question again, how many of you would trade places with being a black person, seeing how they're being treated? And not one white person stood up. She said, see, it's not that you guys don't know what's happening. You just don't want to say anything about it, and you don't want to do nothing about it. And it was so telling. It was very, very telling. And so, family, with that, I'm going to end this vlog. I got to get ready for work. I haven't eaten my breakfast yet. I need some protein. And then I need to get off to work. A productive day here. So, family, I hope you like, share, and if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. This is Guru. Peace, love, and positive thinking. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And until next time, peace out.